National Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants, National Capital Region, in partnership with Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants, Northern, Eastern, and Southern Metro Manila Chapter, as hosted by JPIA Rizal Technological University Pasig, Manila Business College JPIA, and JPIA Pasig Catholic College. Presenting to you this podcast that will showcase the different career paths and company promotions. Be inspired with the success stories of certified public accountants nationwide. Hop in and get ready to explore the first ever podcast of NFJPIA NCR, now on its third year. Catch it on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify. Balitaktakan with the Accountants Year 3. Airing soon this May to June 2023.
Beep beep beep, isa na namang araw na puno ng balitaktakan, salaksakan ng tanungan, sagutan at matinding palakpakan mga kabataan. Ito ang nag-iisang papapi ng NFJPIA NCR, Papa Pads, and I believe sa kasabihang, Papa, Pa, paro-parong bukid, nalilipad-lipad, let your wings na mamukadkad dahil this month is the time to be loud and proud, kabataans. Raise your flag to the max.
And of course, together with our Papa Pads is your one and only, super pretty and also sexy, not your Mommy Oni, but the Mommy Annie of the NFJPIA NCR na inyong makakasama for this day's episode of Balitaktakan with the Accountants Season 2 at naniniwala sa isang kantang Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling. Ayan, grabe, napakanta pa ka doon. So dahil ng gabi ay mapapakinggan natin ang kwento o isa sa mga hindi tumigil maniwalas na kakayanin niya, kinaya niya at kakayanin pa. So to our beloved listeners, stay tuned if you want to hear the inspiring story of our guest for today.
Yes, Mami Annie, talaga namang dapat patuloy na subaybayan ng ating mga listeners ang last 2 remaining episodes that we have for them in store this season. Because apart from the countless learnings na talaga namang inaabangan and inspirations that our guest speakers impart in every episode, just like what we have been mentioning from the very beginning of this year series, this season, we have a new theme which is Panalo natin to, gearing up towards a triumphant journey. Kaya naman, expect to be motivated and inspired from their success stories.
Yes, that's right, Papi Pad, no? Talking about success, Papi Pad. So, what is your very own definition of success? Kasi for me, success is when you are able to achieve that financial freedom and to receive that genuine happiness that you deserve. And of course, when you are able to have that freedom to the access of education that you want aside from primary, secondary, tertiary, and ayun. So for me, that is success. So ikaw naman, Papi Paz, I want to hear your very own definition of success.
Ayun, same with you, Mami Anne. I think success is about achieving your goals, your own objectives in lives. Of course, having said that, we have different objectives in our life, thus having different definitions of success. But I think the common ground that we can agree on is that we achieve success when we think that we are fulfilled and happy with what we've accomplished. And with that, I think it's also important for us to understand to be grateful and to set the limit of definition of success to our everyday existence. No, kasi we must see things as a success. No? And success is not tantamount to victories. That's what I want also to impart sa ating mga listeners na minsan kahit may mga struggles tayo, failures in life, we always try to repeat that sa sarili natin na failure is part of success. And thus, failure is also a success since it's a part of it. So whether it's a learning opportunity or victory or a failure for us, everything is success for me. Ayun.
Grabe, medyo
Mag-SAIC din.
nag-dive tayo dun, Papi Pads, no? Medyo malalim-lalim yung nilangoy natin. But, ayun, kidding aside, I really agree with you na every day, we must consider every day as a success. Kasi every day meron tayong challenge na kinakaharap mo. Hindi lang bilang estudyante, kundi bilang anak, kapatid. Kapatid, anak. Parang familiar yun. Ayun, so, I agree with you kasi everyday nga meron tayong challenges na piniface and everyday iba't iba yung pinagdadaanan talaga natin just to survive the day and to survive the week, the month. Ayun. So, I think enough with that. So, habang nag-uumpisa pa lang tayo, Papi Pads, to warm up our chikahan for today, I want to ask you, since pareho tayong accountancy students dito, and shout out din pala sa mga students rin na nakikinig regardless of your course. Kasi we all know na yung course natin ay may kanya-kanyang hirap at pinagdadaan. But right now, I want to ask you, Papi Pads, what is your status right now as a BSA student?
Ay, nako, Mami Annie, you know what, papalapit na yung graduation, no? So, actually, earlier this morning, no, we had our orientation for this graduation. Pero parang hindi pa siya nagsisink in sa amin na under BSA and other accounting-related courses. Kasi we still have a retention examination to pass this next week. So, parang, ayun, though sana magtuloy-tuloy na no yung progress and forecast to graduate this August. As of now, I'm still trying to review as much topics as I can kasi the coverage will be based also on the board exam, cover to cover as much as possible. And ngayon naman, as for my personal emotions, I think grateful ako ngayon na nakaabot ako sa point na to, considering na I was not expecting to be anywhere near where I am when I started accountancy. I am thankful na nandito ako ngayon fighting for graduation, though it's very hard. It's a status siguro na ngayon, takot pa rin ako if whatever the result might be. Pero katulad ng sinabi natin kanina sa definition ng success, win na to sa akin, and whatever happens after the exam, I'll consider it either as a learning experience or a victory. So, ayun lang yung status ko ngayon as a student aside from being broke.
Ayan.
How about you, Mami Ann?
Relatable yung last Papi Pads. But, of course, ayun, first, I want to congratulate you, no, for being courageous. Kasi, right now, kapag mga usapang graduation kasi, yung medyo nakakakaba ng part, yung tipo meron na kayong orientation, tapos hindi naman sure kung gagraduate. But let's manifest na gagraduate ikaw. And then of course, your batchmates. So, ako naman yung current status ko, since hindi man alam ng lahat, kasi I've been tagged as the excellent student, as the gantong student, yung very good student before. But right now, I've been extended. Ayun, na-extend po ang promo natin na GoSir 50 ng 1 month. Ayun, but of course, iiyakan mo siya kasi some of your friends gagraduate na, tapos ikaw, ma-extend ka ng 1 month for the summer. However, I'm still thankful kasi andito pa din, lumalaban pa din, no, each and every day. And of course, tinignan ko na lang siya as blessing in disguise na more time to review, more time na hindi ako palaslak na after ng graduation. Kasi parang sabi ko, after ng graduation, magpapahinga ako. So, ayun, parang reminder na no, bawal kang magpahinga. Ayun. But regardless of whatever we are going through right now, ang goal din naman natin at the end of the day is to graduate and to be CPA and to serve our purpose. So, emotionally naman, what I am feeling is I am hopeful, I am blessed, and of course, I am happy and I will come back stronger. Wow! Grabe naman si Ivy Agos. So, ayun lang, Papi Pads. So, medyo napahaba-haba yung chikahan natin for that, no?
Ayun. I really admire, Mami Annie, for opening up that experience and status of yours. Kasi not every one of us, just like me, will have the courage also to broadcast the challenges I face, especially academically wise. And we have to admit, most of us in our program talaga, may self-expectations tayo. And just like what you said, no, sometimes talaga, we have to take the detour to still go to the where we want to be. Ayan. And I know for sure, Mami Ani, that you'll come back stronger. It might be a wake up call for you. I know that marami tayong listeners na merong same status as you. It's a representation. Charot.
So, ayun
Ayun,
guys, don't
it's
feel
nice that-
alone.
uh,
Don't feel alone. Marami tayo dito. Ayun.
it's nice no na ayun nga, we recognize our shortcomings. Ayan, kasi from there, when we know na nasa bottom tayo, ayan, tsaka lang natin ma-realize na there's nothing to go but up. And you cannot go any further down. Ay. Parang ang dami na nating nasabi, partner.
Ayun, Papi Pads, ano din siguro, if hindi kasi natin ma-realize yung mga setbacks natin in life, parang if always good na lang yung nangyayari sa life natin, parang hindi na siya makatotohanan, di ba?
Yes, I agree. Para na tayong nananaginip. Kasi parang if it's too good to be true, di ba? We always say that if it's too good to be true, then it might not. And yun nga, kagaya ng sabi natin, walang thrill ang buhay pag hindi tayo umiiyak.
Yeah.
Walang sales ang ating TV networks kung wala tayong drama sa gabi. Ay, Mami Ana, I think marami na tayo masyadong nasasabi sa ating mga kabwataans natin na for sure, mainonote nila as we go along also this episode. At dahil dyan, we'll make sure na madadagdagan pa ang mga sinabi namin, whether you like it or not, sa ating second episode of our second season.
Yes, for sure, Papi Pads. Kaya naman mga kabwataan, don't forget to tune in because these episodes ay kayang-kaya nating ulit-ulitin pakinggan at panoorin as those will be available sa different social media platforms ni NCR, gaya ng Facebook, YouTube, at Spotify. Just type in at NFJPIA NCR.
Ayan, tama. Don't forget to tag at NFJPIA NCR sa ating mga social media accounts because it would be nice also to be recognized by our organization and malay nyo, di ba, sa kakatag nyo, makakita kayo ng mga friends or makadiscover kayo ng a whole new world kaya ng ating ginawa sa NMYC. Kaya, pero ayan, throwback na naman tayo. Speaking of throwback, no, just a short introduction lang ulit in connection to our season, no. Ang mga naging episodes natin sa season 1 are more on the professional careers and opportunities na our fellow kabwataans can pursue after graduation or even kahit hindi pa nga graduation if they want to, or if they can, di ba? This time, partner, meron ba tayong sneak peek of what season 2 is about to offer? Ano ba ang ating pwedeng ipasilip na aabangan ng ating mga listeners?
So for that, Papi Pads, as you mentioned earlier, our theme, no, na gearing up towards, ano ba yun? hindi ko pa kabisado yung topic.
Ay, lagot,
Ayun,
douche.
gearing up towards a triumphant journey sa panalo na natin to. So, ayun, ano lang, small peek lang, yung sneak peek lang ng topic natin. So, it will be about the journey, I cannot say as of now na successful kasi baka kasi may own definition pa pala sila ng successful. Kaya ayun, I believe na subjective yung definition. So they journey as they tackle this career and the corporate world, diba? So that will be our topic for today, yung mga struggles, ano bang pinagdaanan, may mga dasal ba sila, ano bang routine. So ayun, this is really helpful to our listeners kasi madaming mga tanong sa isip nila, lalo na yung mga graduate, yung mga magte-take ng qualifying exam, madaming doubts sa sarili. So, if you want to get answers for those questions in your mind, ayun, wag kayong bibitaw, wag kayong mawawala sa pakikinig dito sa amin. Right, Papi Pads?
Yan, tamang-tama ka dyan, Mami Annie. Of course, this podcast is in partnership and will not be possible without the help of Philippine Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Northern, Eastern, and Southern Metro Manila chapter.
Also, this podcast would not be possible without our year-long sponsors, namely KPMG RG Manabat and Company, Punong Bayan and Arroyo, Grant Thornton, CISA Gores and Galayo Company, Insights Financial Review Services Incorporated, RIO CPA Review Real Excellence, and Pinnacle CPA Review.
We would also like to acknowledge the dearest host schools, JPIA Rizal Technological University Pasig, Manila Business College JPIA, and JPIA Pasig Catholic College.
And of course, mga kabataans, you can listen and watch through our different social platforms, yung mga official platforms natin. As I've mentioned earlier, the NFJPIA NCR's Facebook page, YouTube, and the Spotify account.
Para rin sa ating listeners or viewers, you may use our official hashtag NFJPIA NCR 2223 and hashtag Pahamaya, and lastly, hashtag BWTA Year 3.
Ayan, that's right. So, ayun, nandito na tayo, Papi Pads, sa pag-i-introduce kung sino nga bang makakasama natin for today. But before we proceed to our guest speaker, no? So, to warm up lang our chikahan din, I would like to ask you, since yung topic natin is about the journey of our speaker sa kanyang pag-take ng course na to, ng program na to, and of course, yung mga pinagdaanan. So, ikaw ba, Papi Pads, what inspired you? Or right now, what inspires you in taking BSA?
Ay, naku. Mami Annie, I think the proper way to start the story, short story na lang, kasi para maubutan tayo ng ente. To start the short story is to introduce myself as a graduate of STEM. And for someone who really invested his primary and secondary education, believing that he would end up in the hospital, being a doctor or a nurse. Ayan. And as someone na fourth year na ngayon as BSA, it's a very crazy story. Pero I just followed my friend na nag-enroll na ng BSA kasi wala akong kasama mag-lunch. So, yun yung naging story ko. Pero yung inspiration, ba't ako nag-pursue? I think yun na lang yung i-highlight ko. Ba't ako nag-pursue and continue taking up BSA is because na-realize ko na I have to man up to my decisions in life, and I need to prove to myself that my decisions are not only because I'm a very spontaneous person, but because somehow I feel like I have a connection to the course. Parang it's a calling. And I wouldn't feel like I'll be triumphant if I won't be able to complete this quest. If I start a new journey without me identifying and assessing if I could really do it. And parang year by year, yun yung nagiging mantra ko. Parang, okay, try pa natin one sem. Try pa natin one sem. Baka hindi talaga para sa akin or baka para sa akin. And then, as sems go by, parang na-realize ko na, okay, ito pala yung concept behind that. I'm trying to enjoy what I'm doing. I might not be trying to diagnose medical conditions now as what I dreamed before, but now I can see and diagnose numbers written on papers, flashed on the screen, the financial health of a company, of an entity, and parang same lang din siya to what I envision, and which is to help others. And yun yung parang nag-continue sa akin to be where am I at now. Bonus na lang yung mga naging small successes natin along the journey. Pero I hope that that story and that perseverance that I have, mahawa yung iba nating talagang nangangarap maging BSA, to have that grit and belief in themselves, na if I can, with having that mantra, of course they can then also. How about you, Mami Annie? Ano ang ang unique inspiration naman for taking or continuing BSA?
Yun, Papi Pads, no? I really admired you and ayun, that was really inspiring din talaga yung sinabi mo na we may have different career or courses right now, but at the end of the day, what we wanted to do is to help other people. So, for me naman, ayun, as someone before na into theater, into broadcasting, I'm really into performing arts before, and I'm not really into accountancy, and wala nito nung secondary ko, wala nung high school ako. Kaya parang nagulat na lang din ako na bakit ko siya tinake. So, the reason behind it, ayun lang, na-mention ka lang din kanina kasi sabi mo na nag-end up ka sa hospital. Buti na lang, Papi Pads, yung na-envision mo mag-end up as doctor, hindi pasyente. So, pero ngayon, parang ako, mag-end up ako pasyente dahil sa course na to. Charis! Joke lang po. Joke lang po. So, ayun, the reason behind why I took this course is siguro the challenge in it. Kasi most of my friends or most of my seniors, nasabi nila na mahirap daw talaga ang accountants. So, nasakto pa na hindi ko alam ang office tawag dito, yung sipad ba yung sa amin? Basta yung performing arts, hindi ko alam yung office, saan ako mag-e-enroll. And then sakto, sa pinakababa lang yung CBE office, yung College of Business Administration. Eh sabi ko, maiksi na ang pila sa accountancy. Sige, doon na lang ako. Tapos may kakilala pa ako doon. So, ayun. That's the funny story behind it. But what I really look into this course is yung challenge. And right now, talagang hindi ko naman maikakaila na challenging pala talaga. But what I can do is to stand up for the challenge that I've chosen. So, yun lang, Papi Pads.
Ayan, thank you so much for the honesty of both of us sa ating mga answer, Mami Annie. I think with the things that we said, ayan, we talked about earlier, feeling ko, most of our kabataans, meron ng glimpse talaga. Of course, binigyan na natin sila ng mga clues para magstay sa ating podcast. Pero now, I think na may mas pagkakapitan sila. Bakit kailangan nilang tapusin ang podcast na to? Bakit kailangan nilang makinig? And what will be their possible key takeaways for this podcast? Kaya naman, for this second episode, mga kabataan of this Balitaktakan with the Accountancy Season 2, we encourage you to stay tuned and listen along because we promise you, after this episode, you'll have another view in your college life and hopefully in your professional career.
Yes, I do agree with that, no, Papa Pads. Kaya naman, without further ado, allow me to introduce myself. So again, I am not Mommy Oni, but I am the Mommy Annie of the NFJPIA NCR. I'm very pretty and of course sexy din na podcaster. And I believe in the saying that kapag pinili mo, panindigan mo. Ayan, there's no coming back. There's no turning back. I'm coming back pala. So ayun, that is me and we will be together for today's podcast.
Ayan, isang energetic na umaga ulit or hapon sa mga listeners natin sa ibang bansa. Ayan, I am Papi Pads, your TikToker kaldagero pero sa kalsada never kaskasero ng NFJPIA NCR at naniniwala sa kasabihang, Mama told me not to waste your time, so spread your wings, my little butterfly. Huh?
Yes, and with that, we will be your talakerang podcasters for this second episode of Season 2 of Balitaktakan with the Accountants here.
Presenting to you the second season of BWTA Year 3 titled Isipanalo Natin To, Gearing Up Towards a Triumphant Journey.
Kabataans, ready na ba kayo? Tara na't isipanalo na natin to. Kasama ang ating guest speaker for today's Balitaktakan na talaga namang bubuo sa ating key takeaways from Season 2.
Our guest speaker for this episode is a certified public accountant and the incumbent director for advisory services at Punong Bayan and Aurelio Grant Thornton, with 10 years of experience in external audit, advisory services extended up to internal audit, SOX testing, business process reviews, and control self-assessment. She also was a former senior associate at Sosit Gores Velayo and Company, and graduated with a degree on Bachelor of Science in Accountancy at Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Santa Mesa, Manila for academic year 2005 to 2009.
Okay, thank you for that, Pat. So, moreover, she have attained the following licenses and certifications. Ayan, ready yourself kasi medyo madami-dami to. So, first, we have the Certification in Risk Management Assurance, Certified Information Systems Auditor, Certified Internal Auditor, Real Estate Broker, Certified Public Accountant, Civil Service Sub-Professional Examinations Passer, and Project Management Professional. Proudly presenting to you none other than Miss Lovely Charmaine Chams, Villamora, Dacanay, CPA, CIA, CISA, CRMA, PMP, REB. Ayan, ang dami. Buti hindi ako nabulol doon. So, again, hello Miss Chams. A pleasant day po.
Good morning, Mommy Nix and Papi Pads. A pleasant day to all of you, and I'm very excited to be here in your podcast. I'm very excited to share with you my journey that we're going to talk about today. Thank you very much for having me.
Ayan, thank you very much, Lynn po, for having you. Ayan, before we start, I would like to congratulate muna si Anikin sa pag-survive po ng pagbasa ng inyong mga certifications, licenses, and name extensions. Dahil we hope naman po na maging ganyan din po sa amin. Well, so far, ang meron lang po sa amin ay driver's license by Olivia Rodrigo and certificate of recognition for being
the podcaster.
Of course, it's very achievable to attain all those certifications and licenses. And I'm sure you will. And the first step, of course, you will be obtaining your certified public accountant license. And I'm praying for you all that you achieve all of those certifications that you're aiming for.
Ayan, Pads. Thank you so much, Miss Chams, no? It is an honor to be blessed. Ayan, magdilang anghel sana, Miss Chams, na sana talaga po na all of the hard work, and we know na at the end of the day, all of the hard work will be very fruitful, and we will gain what we really planted today. Thank God.
Yes, tumpak na tumpak ka dyan. Pero before tayo mag-start, Mami Alex, sa ating official questions, syempre, kailangan muna nating iset ang mood with a short balitaktakan with Miss Cham. So, ayan Miss Cham, sa ating background po medyo maulan, so cuddle weather. Kamusta naman po ang weather sa inyo po ngayon?
It's actually not raining yet, but I have read from the news that Chadeng will intensify today, Saturday. So, but right now it's still sunny. I hope it will not rain. But it's cuddle weather already. It's quite gloomy. So I hope everyone of you is enjoying your days at home.
Yeah, it is really the time for a good coffee or tea at home. Ayun. Kaya medyo maswerte talaga yung mga work from home kasi even though they are working then sometimes na pwede silang nakadapa, nakahiga, yung nagko-coffee sa gilid, no? So,
Right.
ayun. Yes, ma'am. Here naman po sa amin, medyo umuulan-ulan na din, kaya I'm a bit nervous sa ating internet connection. But hopefully, ayun, mairaos po natin to na smooth flowing.
Sa amin naman po medyo unsolicited. Medyo cloudy with the sound of lato-lato. Narinig yung lato-lato pala. Ang dami ng lato-lato.
Yeah,
so
everywhere. Everywhere. Even at malls.
Actually, na-try ko po siya one time sa school at meron na po akong pasa. So, ayan, caution lang sa mga magta-try ng new things. Hayaan na po natin ang experts na gumawa ng kanilang mga
I actually bought my son yung para siyang yung assisted siya, hindi rope. Yung meron siyang parang brace na, so you can easily do it like that. So that's
Yes.
one for I think for the not so experts one like us. That's helpful.
Yes. Ayun, most of the time nga po, parang mga bata pa yung mas magagaling maglaro ng ganun kesa sa amin na kahit po anday namin practice, hindi talaga namin makaya. So, ayun, Papi Pads.
Yes, Mami Anix, parang nagaganahan na tayo sa balitaktakan. I think we can now proceed to a more meaningful discussion. More meaningful. Ayan, so wag na nating patagalin, Mami Ani, at simulan na natin ang ating question and answer portion. Ready na ba kayo, Miss Chams?
Yeah, ready.
And this will not be difficult questions naman. Hindi po to on the spot.
Hindi pa pang Miss
Miss D.
Universe.
Ano daw po? Discuss PFRS 15. Charot. Ayan. Kidding aside po, ayan. Other than our introduction earlier sa ating listeners na hoping maging professionals din sa career path na tinatahak niyo po ngayon, what other introduction po can you give about yourself sa ating listeners? Something interesting naman other than your professional career?
Well, for one, something that's interesting is, I'm a mother of 2 boys. I have a 5-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. And it's really hard, of course, it's a struggle to maintain a full-time work while taking care of my boys. But, you have to take it day by day, one at a time, as you would. And I'm sure that you are doing that as well in your studies. But nothing can be achieved if you are determined and you have discipline to succeed.
Grabe. We are really shocked, no, Miss Chams, kasi you really look young and para lang
thank
po,
you.
para po namin kayong para kayong ahead lang sa amin ng 1 year or even our batchmate, right, Papa Pads?
Yes, Mami Ani. Ay, nagulat nga ako kasi very mother na pala si Miss Cham. So, I think yung orasan nila is 36 hours a day para ma-accomplish yung mga obligations sa family and sa work. Ayan, very, very saludo po kami, Miss Cham, sa inyong time management. Akala ko okay na yung time management ko. Meron pa palang may mas lalala sa akin. Ayan, grabe yung grabe po yung success nyo everyday. Ayan. And sa rest ng mga mothers, ayan, shout out pala sa mama ko. Hello, mama. Happy Mother's Day.
Hello din po
appreciate
sa
your
mama
moms,
ko.
guys.
Ay,
Kahit done na po ang Mother's Day.
Hindi po ito
Every
para
day is
sa
Mother's Day.
dagdag baon namin. But we really appreciate all the mothers for the hard work and of course sa patience sa ating mga anak, no? Grabe. So, ayun, since we've already known some of informations then about you, Miss Cham. So, ngayon naman po, we would like to know about your history, about your background with regards to your education. So, how was it before starting from the primary and how you shifted into secondary and of course, the tertiary level po ng education?
So I would like to start first my experience in Bachelor of Science in Accountancy in PUP. So shout out to all PUPians who are listening now in our podcast, especially those taking a Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. So I feel you, we feel you, and we are rooting for your success. Achieve that 3-lettered license. You will achieve that soon. So, taking up the Bachelor of Science Accountancy course in PUP, as you may know, it's not a walk in the park. We only have 4 years to take the course, and we have a DOS policy. I'm not sure if all of the schools have that as well. So there's a rigorous training in a way that in our first year, when I was in first year, we're actually 30 sections there, and then every year the sections are getting smaller and smaller. The second year, we're only 24. And then on the third year, we're only at 14 sections. And then on the fourth year, only half of that 14 sections are able to graduate. So that's how the level of hardship we went through just to be able to graduate from our school before we're able to take up the CPA exams, because as you may know also that PUP is one of the, if not the largest producer of CPAs in the country. So we take pride in really training the people, that they already obtain the necessary knowledge, so that when they are in the stage that they're going to take up the board exam, the chances are very high that they will pass, because that's what the school is aiming for. So yeah, that's my experience. And all through that 4 years, very, very hard 4 years for us, because there's DOS policy. You cannot have grades lower than 2 in 3 major subjects. And you actually have to take qualifying exams if you had grades lower than 2. So I had to take the qualifying exam during my second year, because I had a 2.25 grade in like financial accounting part 2. So I had to take the qualifying exam, and that was one of the first major hurdles for me when I was in college. And I had to take the qualifying exam. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pass. And you're gonna feel that feeling that you gotta ask yourself, is it for me? I'm sure that you've felt that as well during those years of you in college. You're gonna ask yourself if you're really gonna make it. Is it really for you? Is this what God has planned for you? But there will be doubts that will come, but you have to keep the determination that if you really want this, you can make it, and you have to do the best that you can to be able to make it.
Ayan,
Okay.
very inspiring naman si Mami Chams.
Yeah, you can call me.
Ayan.
You can call me
Official
that.
na po in this podcast, exclusive, on the spot, Mami Chams na po ang tawag namin.
Yes, because may mommy Nix naman, so I'm Mommy Chams.
Ayan. So, I think very relatable, lalo na yung ating mga listeners from PUP po, no, na I have actually a lot of friends na ngayon, na same yung pinagdadaanan, they are going through difficulties, lalo na ngayon na we have issues in health restrictions po. But I want to ask if something changed po in your perspective about retention program of colleges. Kasi each university and colleges have different retention programs po. In my case, our retention program is sa last year po. So, first year to third year, okay po magtuloy-tuloy as long as we have passing grades. As for other schools, every year may retention examination. So, what's your take po about that?
I think that somehow it is a control. Going into when you're already in the profession, you would want the graduates to be ready for what the actual world has to offer. And we need that foundational knowledge. Diba? We need the kids or the students to have that foundational knowledge, and it's only taught in schools. So it's very important that you obtain that as early as you are in the undergraduate studies. So the retention is there for a reason. Actually, in our school, we have, our yearly retention. And if I may also just share that during our fourth year, we don't have like specific subjects anymore. Those are all like mock board exams during the last semester of our school in PUP. So that's all what we have to do. We have to review and take all those mock exams 2 times that semester. And I actually received a failing grade. It was like a make or break stage in my life, the fourth year, second semester, when I had a failing grade in one of the subjects. I received a 64.5 grade, and the passing rate is 65. But we are zero-based. I don't know if your school is applying also the zero-based. There's no commutation. What you get is what you get. and you have we're following the no lower grades of 65, and the average is above 75. You're following that as well during our 4th year. And when I received the failing grade, I did not make it. I received a failing grade. It was very devastating for me during that time. And that meant that I will not graduate. So you can, just imagine the emotions that I went through during that period of time, that I received a failing grade. But, a miracle happened. A miracle happened that majority of the students had a failing grade as well, and that we won't be able to have more graduates, or a number of graduates from the accountancy. So that it was decided that there will be adjustment on the scores. So there was an adjustment. I think that it went down below my grade of 64.5, and then voila, I passed. And then I was able to graduate. So, but that is a very good learning experience for me na naramdaman ko na I did not do my best that time. That's why maybe I got a failing grade. But God gave me another chance to be able to prove myself that, I can be a CPA. I'm meant for this. I was determined. And then I promised to myself, I promised to the Lord that if I was given this chance, I would really study hard for the board exams. And then I will, just take it one time. I will do my best to not let this chance, be for nothing. And so, that I guess is one of the really experience in my college years that I can never forget, because it could have happened the other way, and I won't be here talking to you if I really failed and I was not able to graduate.
Okay, so grabe, that was really, really, really I think, of course, each of one naman, regardless of the university.
Naiyak na si Mami Nix, no?
Hindi naman po, Miss Chams. Parang later pa po. And po, I really can relate, and I really agree na it is really a challenge, and it is a message for us, yung mga retention policy na nai-impose talaga sa course natin and sa university, that we must strive hard, we must work harder, and we must maintain what we are having. And of course, as we maintain it, we must improve it as well. Not only every year, if we can, every day and every second of our lives. Wow, ayun po. So, since you've mentioned po earlier na, ayun po, your journey on your college. So, gusto naman po naming malaman right now. So, why did you choose the course Bachelor of Science in Accountancy? Ayun, is it your personal choice po ba, or someone influenced you to take the program, or etc.?
Actually, I studied my high school in PUP as well. So, I was a product of PUP Laboratory High School. And our high school, we have a business or commercial curriculum. So that meant, it's different from a science curriculum because most of our major subjects are business in nature. I don't know if you guys went to a science school. So we're not big on having, science subjects during high school because we have a different curriculum. So having a business or commercial curriculum in high school, we have these electives or majors that we can choose from. So during our second year, we are already taking up bookkeeping classes during our second year of high school. And in our third and fourth year, we get to choose ourselves what do we want to major in. So we have that choice that's given to us, whether we want to take up like bookkeeping, we want to take up entrepreneurial management, and office technology. So I chose the bookkeeping section, and during our third and fourth year, we actually studied the financial accounting, all of the I think subjects in the first year of college during the accountancy proper, we've studied that already during our high school. So I think that's one of the greatest influence on why I took up accountancy, because I enjoyed studying it during my high school.
Ayan, kaya naman pala parang very comfortable si Miss Chams sa kanyang ngayon, sa kanyang career. She started loving accounting at an early age.
Yeah. I don't know if other schools have that as well. That in high school they already teach bookkeeping, and one of the things I appreciate that, because the subjects that they are teaching us in high school are very, very much relevant in the actual world, and the practical workplace. The skills that we obtain from our high school are very much relevant.
Yes po. I think now sa high school, in senior high school, because of the implementation of K-12, we have specifications na rin po, specializations in bookkeeping. Unfortunately for me, nag-STEM po ako. So when I went to college sa accountancy, I was really culture shocked. Kasi ang first topic po namin kaagad ay ang mga financial statements, and ang inyong Papa P ay walang alam sa debit credit. Bakit kanina debit yung cash, ngayon credit na? Tapos may mga adjustments. So I think okay naman ngayon yung hindi lang certain schools yung merong ganitong programs din, no? I think we can all agree na as early as high school na ituturo na or na-i-introduce sa atin yung different specializations para at least kahit pa paano, di ba? May clear view na tayo kung ano yung gusto nating i-pursue. Katulad ni Miss Chams, high school pa lang parang may clear goal na siya, and ayun, nag-reflect naman sa kanyang college journey. Very successful hanggang ngayon sa kanyang professional career. And speaking of professional career, Miss Chams, kanina pa tayo nagtatakal about college life. I think it's time naman for us to go deeper into the transitions after college life. Ano yung mga triumphs mo, small successes after, of course, after graduation is a big success, lalo na if you're from PUP and accountancy, we all know that. Ano po yung mga other changes po after you finish your degree?
Right after I graduated, because that was a very shining moment to me, and as I promised that I don't want to waste that chance, so I immediately enrolled for a review class. So I really planned to take the board exams right after I graduated. So I took the review classes for 6 months. That was a rigorous process as well for me. And as far as I can say now, I think that is the my most disciplined era, if you may call it nowadays, right? I think that was my most disciplined era, in a way that there's no one, to mandate you, right? Because the school is over, the teachers, there are no more assignments. That's just you alone. You have to discipline yourself. So every day, Monday to Sunday, I wake up at 6 a.m. to start studying during the review period. And then I stopped studying at 12 midnight. So that was my cutoff. Every day for 6 months, that was what I was doing. So I think I cannot do that anymore right now. I do not have that luxury anymore. But I that for one is a moment that I am, proud of myself that I was able to do, because that's just me alone. I disciplined myself, and it became fruitful. So I passed the board exam in one take. And as mentioned to you, if you're determined, you put in the effort, nothing will prevent you from achieving what you intend to do.
Grabe, Miss Chams. So nowadays po kasi, medyo maiksi-iksi na kasi ang mga ang attention span namin. So, we're really proud and inspired of what you said na totoo naman po kasi na grabe yung magiging experience sa hindi lang sa review center, kung sinabi nilang na mahirap na din yung pinagdaanan ng college, but there is more pala after you graduate and decide to take the boards. Yes po. So, since you've mentioned po na you've been studying on that phasing, on that schedule po. So, we are really curious po. What advice or what are the study habits you've practiced before to be that disciplined and of course to focus on your review and of course on your college as well?
Right. Because hindi naman tayo yung, alam mo yon, talagang hardcore na matalino, as you can see. In high school, in college, we're minimum compliance because we are different people, diba? And I'm the type of person na I want to balance everything, all aspects of my life has to have that equilibrium and balance. So by the way, I failed to mention that I'm a part of a bamboo orchestra in Banda Kawayan, Pilipinas. So I was part of that since I started my school in high school in 2001. So it's a bamboo orchestra wherein our instruments are all made up of bamboo. So I was playing the marimba. It's some kind of a piano, but it's made up of bamboo. So we are technically, cultural performers. So we get to perform all over the country, even outside of the country, globally. So we are all doing this while simultaneous with our studies. So that's why I was telling you that, I'm not just, studies is not just one focus of my educational life during that time. So I was doing also other extracurricular activities on the side. But diba, that's what makes studying and life more interesting and enjoyable when you get to do every other thing sometime. So I was doing that. While I was doing that, of course, there will be times that we have to be excused, especially if we have international performances. So I get to perform in Taiwan and China several times, in Germany. So all of those. So we get to travel as well. And, I was doing that also during my college when I was already in the accountancy program. So having said that, that's why I mentioned that discipline for me is very important, because I won't be able to do all those things if I don't have that discipline instilled in me. If I focus too much on my band Kawayan, I might have failed in my studies, right? But you have to maintain that balance to be able to successfully achieve in all aspects of your life. So during the period of that, as mentioned earlier, after I in the review school already, I stopped performing in the band because, as mentioned, that I have to focus on 6 months of my review before I take my board exam. So that's it.
Grabe! Hindi lang pala tayo masyashok dun sa licenses and certifications ni Miss Chams, but she also compete din pala internationally. So kudos to you, Miss Chams, for balancing really your time. Kasi, ayun, it is really important din talaga na you remember your passion on the other side, the other aspect of yourself. Kasi if you will just focus on just one thing na gusto mo, other than those things na nagpapasaya sa'yo, is you will be drained and you will be burned out. So
right, that's true. And very much so when you're already, working na in a formal workplace environment. Otherwise, you get burned out if you don't find things to do other than work. And it's very important that you maintain that healthy mental health, your body, as well as your emotional health as well.
Yeah, that's right, Miss Chams. Kaya I'm so glad din na NFJPIA NCR does not only offer academic events but also academic and social-civic that is not only beneficial for the academic side but also to the holistic side of the people and the other aspect of our life.
Yes, grabe naman si Mami Annie doon. Nakapag-promote pa ng org. Naisingit mo ba?
Na-plug pa niya.
I think it is really important din kasi na we join clubs
Yes.
during our college life. Ayun.
Speaking
Join
of
kayo sa
college.
NFJPIA NCR. Okay, Papi Pad, sige.
Ayan. And I think understatement pa pala yung naging introduction natin kay Miss Chams kanina sa introduction. Parang, ay, hala, ang dami pa palang mga sideline ni Miss Chams bago pa siya maging CPA.
Alam yung sideline.
Na-enjoy niya talaga yung college life niya while excelling.
True.
And I think it's also important din, katulad ng sinabi ni Miss Chams kanina na naisingit niya kanina sa talk niya na to pray. Kasi talent alone and hard work will not do it for you. Sometimes as much as we want or prepare for things, destiny will always play a big part on our success in life. So, Miss Chams, ito ang talagang inaabangan na ng lahat ng ating listeners and kahit kaming podcast. Ang ultimate kong tanong, ano ba ang mga ceremonies? Kanino ka nagdadasal? Kanino ka nagpapabless ng iyong review materials? Ano ang inyong mga weird activities, if you may call it, before a major exam or presentation kahit ngayong professional ka na po?
Right. During my review school, actually, yes, sinasabi nga nila, di ba? That's the period na talagang nagiging madasalin lahat ng tao when you're about to take an exam. And I am no exception on that. Although, even when I was a kid, I already have that personal relationship with the Lord. I pray to myself, But during the review session, I religiously went to St. Jude every Thursday. I make it a point na after my reviews session in the review school, every Thursday I go to St. Jude. Even mag-isa lang ako, nagpupunta talaga ako nun. And I prayed hard because I was telling the Lord nga na I don't wanna take this chance for granted because it's like, you've given me another life in this. You've given me another take in being a CPA. The fact that I was able to graduate is a miracle alone. I don't want to waste that. And I was telling the Lord na I want to prove myself that I can be someone who can contribute in this profession and someone that can really contribute to the community as well. So I take that to heart, not just hard work. I also prayed to God. So talagang I was praying to St. Jude. And until now, I have the St. Jude booklet na sira-sira na siya because I was using that talaga for 6 months every Thursday. And right after I go to sleep, diba, at 12 midnight, I sleep after I review. I read the St. Jude Novena as well. But I was wondering, diba, St. Jude is patron saint of the hopeless. But I don't think that us and those who are taking the board exams are hopeless. Actually, I'd like to think it's otherwise. We are there because we are very much hopeful that we're going to pass the CPA board exams. So that yun talaga yung parang prayer ko during the period that I was reviewing.
Ayan. Nag-aantahin kami ni Mami Ani ko. Kasi parang iniisip po namin, ay, parang eto hindi nagagawa ko ba yung sinasabi ni Miss Chams? Bakit yung kulang sa akin ngayon? Bakit yung kulang sa akin? Nag-reflect po kami ngayon. And actually
I can see from your faces.
Nung nag-visit po yung mga recently na bagong pass ng CPA licensure examination. By the way, congratulations po mga ates and kuya.
Congratulations. Welcome to my profession.
Ayun. Hopefully marinig na namin yan ni Mami Anek soon.
Yeah.
They also recommend po St. Jude daw po. And yung iba sa kanila talagang very strong yung belief na nakakaabot pa daw sila ng manawag for a prayer, for blessing. And I think may kanya-kanya talaga tayong way to boost our faith, not only to ourselves but to our religious beliefs po on how are we going to hurdle these challenges. Ayan, 'di ba, Mami Ani? Magsisimba na tayo after ng ating exam.
Yeah, ayun. I remembered also my professor, no, na before, and he's now a lawyer. Ayan, I really believe din talaga na the hard work is not sufficient lang, na yun lang yung gagawin mo, mag-aaral ka lang na mag-aaral. It is really important na meron ka ding spiritual support. You also have that built faith in you, and of course, to whatever you believe in, na meron kang kasama sa pagsabak mo dito. Meron ka laging kasama, hindi ka nag-iisa. And you will always be guided and you will always be strengthened by that faith that you believe in. And ayun nga, sinabi mo nga na may kanya-kanya din tayo. So, ayun, Papi Pads, i-share ko na lang sa'yo mamaya yung sa akin. Ayun, yung podcast ang sarili. So, as you've mentioned nga din, Miss Chams, no, na you've also practiced that one, yung practice mo before while you are reviewing. So, ngayon naman po, during your journey as being in the corporate world, looking back on your younger self po, no? So, what is your message to your younger self on this point of view na nandito na po sa professional world?
Right. This has been my mantra, no, every day, na really appreciate what's in front of you, because oftentimes we forget to, because we're always looking for the next best thing to happen, diba? Kasi naging ganyan na tayo nowadays, because convenience is very much, mabilis na siya ma-achieve in a click of the cellphone. Kailangan mo mag-transfer ng money, you don't have to go to the bank anymore, just have to make few clicks in your cell phone. And so, the convenience is achieved very easily, and all others comfort in life, that we forget to appreciate that, you know, pain, struggle is all part of what makes life really enjoyable, because we won't be able to enjoy the good things if we aren't able to experience the bad things as well. And oftentimes we forget that what's in front of us, we're struggling right now, and gusto natin mawala na lang yun siya agad. Ayaw natin siyang i-experience. We do not want to go through it. We want to skip the hardest parts. But that's part of life. And if I'm gonna tell my younger self, siguro before na I should have enjoyed further your experience, even if it's painful, even if it's hard, but we're all trying to forget the hard parts. Ganyan. And we failed to appreciate life in a bigger perspective during that period. Maybe because hindi pa din tayo mature at that period, di ba, during college. We don't have that maturity pa to appreciate life. But that's what I'm telling also my staff and my coaches. Now, you may be undergoing through hardships now. You may be undergoing through struggles now. But who doesn't, right? And when when you look back, that's moments of pride for yourself. Na you went through it, you endured the pain, you endured the struggle, you were there, you stayed up until the end, and that's what makes, success more sweet.
Ayun, grabe naman yung sagot ni Miss Chams. Parang siya
Miss Universe na ba?
Miss Universe. Parang maraming makukote ang ating listeners at malalagay sa Twitter at IG stories nila for later. Pero ayun nga, Miss Chams, no, parang I agree, laging pinapaalala rin ng mga mentors namin sa college na kahit sa pagsusolve, there is no such thing as shortcut. Hindi mo masya-shortcut ang pagkukumpit ng amortization for 25 periods. Kailangan mong isa-isahin talaga.
Per year talaga.
And ayun nga, Miss Chams, parang behind every success, you cannot just katulad sa TikTok na can we just skip to the good part, na walang ganon in real life. Sa TikTok lang siya nangyayari, at sa tatalon ka and may toga ka na. And you've mentioned about success. Now, earlier kasi, for the past few days, we've been talking about what is the definition of success, kami ni Mami Annie. So, kayo naman, Miss Chams, sa lahat ng na-accomplish mo in life, sa lahat ng na feeling mo fulfilled ka na, what or how do you define your success, or what is success for you?
Every person has a different definition of success. And it's very much important that you for yourself, define it. Because no one can tell you that you are successful. It's only you. Ikaw lang magde-define yan. But for me personally, success for me is being able to provide to the community, make myself an instrument of how can I make a change to the community. As I've, nung buwagsak nga ako, di ba? I was telling the Lord na what's my purpose in this? Why am I given the second chance? So maybe there is, and I have to find that purpose na, why is Lord allowing me to become a CPA, to practice this profession? And, when I went through the profession already, I was there, I was delivering services to my client, and that's when I realized na, maybe this is my purpose. I am becoming an instrument so that I can help my clients, I can help them be successful in their businesses, and in turn, I am supporting, or I am contributing as well to the success of the larger community. So that for me is the definition of my success. If I can make myself worthwhile, if I can make myself helpful to other people in any way that I can, so that to me is a success.
Grabe. So, I'm really inspired by Miss Chams. Ayun. So, hopefully someday, I can be someone like you din po. And of course, si Pat.
Of course. You will be like this too. You will have your time to be like this. I'm for sure of that.
Ayun, na-bless na tayo, Papi Pats na Miss Chams.
Ayan. Nagkaroon pa tayo ng bonus dito. For sure naman, Mami Annie and the rest of our listeners, kaya ng sinabi ni Miss Chams and din sa amin ng ibang mentors natin, we will have our own time to shine. Pero for now, let's prepare ourselves for that time para pag tayo na yung nandun, confident yung iba sa atin and tayo rin sa sarili natin. And what a definition of success din naman talaga by Miss Chams, to be an instrument for others. Kaya nga ng Mami Annie, nung lagi nating sinasabi that life lived with a purpose is beautiful, but it becomes better when you become extension for others, and best when you become part of their lives. Oh,
Ay, kabisado.
Parang ito yung talagang pwede nang isabak sa Miss International. Talagang kinabisado niya po yan, Miss Chams, for this.
for this session, for this episode, minemorize ko po talaga. Actually, Miss Chams, may offer po kami. Kung hindi niyo po tatanggihan, yung Miss Ambassador of Goodwill po to represent NCR.
Of course.
Po.
Basta for the accountancy profession, accountancy students, very much support tayo dyan. Kung ano man ang matutulong.
Ayan, mukhang may judge na tayo para sa ating Ambassador of Goodwill. Recorded po yun, Miss Chams. Wala ka notice.
Sure.
Ayan. Miss Chams, again, thank you very much for answering all the questions with all honesty. Talaga namang wala ka rin preno, Miss Chams. Sumabay ka sa mga balitaktakan namin ni Mami Annie. And ayan, kabotaans, I know for sure na maraming sentiments that we share. We have common experiences. And it was nice talking about those, especially these times na we face a lot of, every year naman, we face a lot of struggles in our program. Right, Mami Annie?
Yun, I do agree with you, Papi Pads. No? So, again, thank you so much po, Miss Chams, for that very insightful and inspiring story of yours that you've shared to us. Ayun, for sure na ang ating mga listeners ay talagang napuno ng kanilang notes. Siguro nakapag-tweet na yung iba sa kanila, nakapag-post na sa IG and Facebook. At talaga namang na-inspired and motivate sila lalo to pursue what they really want and what they want to do. So, ayun po. But wait, there is more to come. So, Papi Pads, would you mind introducing ang ating pinaka-inaabangan na segment since Season 1 for this year's Balitaktakan?
Yes naman, Mami Ani, dahil nag-uumapaw tayo ng originality sa ating season. It is my pleasure to introduce our next catch to some the things that we talked about. Siyempre, kada chapter dapat may summary kasi pag may mga times na wala na tayong time mag-review, sa summary tayo dumidiretso. Dumidiretso na tayo, lalo na pag mga coverages sa 7 na PFRS, sa summary na dumidiretso. Ayan, Miss Chams, we call this segment the BWTA, the Fast Talk. Very bago, di ba, Miss Chams? I think may idea ka na kung paano natin lalaro ito. Bagong-bago talaga na
innovative.
Yeah. Ayan. Ano po, standard na po siya sa every talk show.
Alright.
Pero kahit gano'n, inaabangan na siya ng ating listeners since Season 1, Episode 1. Right, Mami Ani?
Yes, that's right, Papi Pad. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you our BWTA, the Fast Talk. So, for the mechanics po, you will be given 2 minutes for this segment. And next, we will be giving you 2 options. And the question, and you just need to answer those simultaneously. And parang mag-tonighted boy abunda po tayo. But
Ito
today...
yung no explanation, no? No explanation.
Yes po. Ngayon po, hindi po tayo tonight with Boy Abunda. Today with Papa Pads and Mami Ani naman po tayo. So, ayun. Papi Pads.
Wholesome
Okay.
naman mga question dito, no?
Yes po.
Yes po. Usap. Safe for work. Ayan, Mami Ani. I think you
Do it.
can go first. Ayan.
Okay po. Okay. I will, once I've started the first question, magtutuloy-tuloy na po tayo. Okay?
Sure.
So, for our first question, audit or tax?
Audit.
Public or private?
Public.
Passion or practicality?
Practicality.
Principle or money?
Principle.
Efficient or effective?
Effective.
Memorization or familiarization?
Familiarization.
Visual learner or auditory learner?
Visual learning.
Substance or form?
Always substance.
Strict or lenient?
Strict.
Local or international?
Local.
Okay, so what is the hardest subject you took during your college life?
BLT for the win.
Now, what is the hardest subject you took in licensure examination?
BLT pa din.
So, okay, in one word, how would you describe your journey from the start up until now?
One word? Inspiring.
When is the best time to take LECPA?
Right after you graduate from college.
Okay, so I think alam na natin yung sagot sa next question na to, no? Career or love life?
Both.
Complete the sentence. I am blank and I am...
I am a woman and I am strong.
Alright, so that's it for our fast talk. Grabe yung pag-mark nung last na pagsagot ni Miss Chams, no? I am a woman and I am strong.
Yes.
Abante babae talaga.
Yes. All for women empowerment. You can do it too because I did it too.
Yes. Grabe, ang intense na mga sagutan talaga ni Miss Chams. Parang kaya pa ng 3 episodes. Gusto ko lang i-sure sa ating project team if na-leak ba ang ating pasok. Kasi parang hindi pinagpawisan ng ating speaker for this episode.
Yes. And
I really
ayun,
enjoy this, guys.
may mga
Thank you
listeners
very much,
tayong
Miss Chams.
nagtatanong, ano daw ba ang secret ni Miss Chams sa kanyang skincare? Kasi parang parang ka-age lang talaga natin si Miss Chams. So ayun, Miss Chams, baka ma-share niyo po sa amin.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, actually, tinatanong din ako ng mga staff ko, what's my skincare routine? I was asking this, they actually awarded me parang something about, skin. There's really nothing that I do because I don't have time. As you may know that, I have 2 kids. both is, below 5. So I don't have that luxury to perform the 10-step in what they call yung 10-step routine. I don't have that luxury. So I really just drink lots of water. I aim to drink 2 liters of water every day. And I think that helps me moisturize my skin. And I don't forget to put on moisturizer even while I'm working from home. So that's very important because you have the lights, you have the computer. Ay, talaga nag-lecture na on skin. But I think those 2 lang are the things that I'm doing to keep my skin healthy.
Yun, grabe. Parang kami dito, Miss Pads, yung iba nagkakagaya ako, pero ayun, ayoko na lang sabihin. Baka, ayun, sorry po sa Miss Rasmar, we don't intend. Ayun, so, I really believe na it is important to take care of yourself din talaga. Even na may mga bagay tayong pinagugugulan ng oras, dapat wag nating kalimutan na mag-focus din talaga sa sarili natin. Right, Papi Pads?
Yes, ang kagaya nga ng lagi kong sinasabi sa mga classmates ko, though we prioritize substance, kailangan maganda pa rin ang ating form.
Agree.
Yeah!
Bakit ka mamimili? Pwede namang pareho, di ba?
True.
True.
Ayan.
So career plus love life. You can do both.
Tama. Parang meron naman. Ayun, masyado na tayong nag-e-enjoy, partner and Miss Chams. And I think, dito na natin kailangan, mag-part ways muna. Ayan, once again, thank you very much for accepting the challenge, of course, of answering the questions and fast talk, Miss Chams. We hope that you had as much as fun as we do, and we also had a lot of lessons to keep from your short messages and quotable quotes. And for sure, pati ng ating mga kapwa-kabataans.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I really enjoyed this talk. I hope, somehow I was able to inspire you to really pursue this profession, be determined, and aim for success, and you can do it.
Thank you so much again, Miss Chams. And thank you because despite of your busy schedule and being also a mother, is nasamahan niyo po talaga kami dito and nakapagbigay po kayo ng words na makakapag-motivate and of course, to share your story to our listeners and to us. And I hope na nag-enjoy din po talaga kayo sa balitaktakan natin for today.
Yes, very much, very much. Thank you very much to the two of you, Mommy Nix and Puppy Pads. I enjoyed talking to you.
And Miss Chams, if you have anything to promote, message, shout out to our listeners, to our viewers sa ating YouTube, the floor is ready for you, Miss Chams.
Right. First, of course, I would like to thank my professors in PUP, if you're listening also. So shout out to you. Of course, we owe everything that we know because of you, and we appreciate you, even though it's not every day that we get to recognize your efforts. But rest assured that you're always in our mind, and thank you for honing the minds and knowledge of our accountancy students. So really appreciate you. And to all the PUPians there, and as well as other students from other schools as well who are now taking up their accountancy programs, I wish you luck and success, and just be determined, push for it, you can achieve it. There's nothing that you can do if your mind and heart is into it. So I wish you luck as well. Claim it, own it, go for it.
Once again, thank you so much, Miss Chams, for accepting our invitation to be one of our speaker and creating history with us. So it was a really memorable, motivating, and a really fun experience to have you here sa ating Balitaktakan with the Accountants, Year 3, Season 2, as one of our guests. So again, thank you, Miss Chams.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah.
Ayan, you know what, Mami Annie, as we are talking with our guest speaker, it's really nice that meron pala tayong mga common experiences, no? As undergraduate pa rin ng courses natin, BSA and other accounting-related courses. Minsan kasi napanghihinaan na tayo ng loob to see things ahead of us. Parang, oh my God, magiging CPA ba ako? Magkakaroon ba ako ng opportunities sa career na gusto kong tahakin? Well, it's really nice that Miss Chams was able to share her experiences na makakarelate tayo na nung pinapakinggan ko siya, sabi ko, ay, kahit pala marami siyang orgs, no? Kahit pala active siya with her studies, kahit may mga challenges siyang nakaharap throughout her college degree, kahit hindi rin naging smooth, her success now is a reflection of how she chose to live her life in her college career. No, parang, okay, may chance pa ako. I can still redeem myself. I can still graduate this degree. It might take a miracle just like what happened to Miss Chams, but I can still do it. No, parang it's nice to hear na parang what we're experiencing now is really just a natural part of the process. Na every sweet story comes from a very challenging journey. And ayun yung gusto kong i-highlight sa podcast na to, no? Na tayo nag-e-enjoy tayo nakikipagtalastasan, balitaktakan kay Miss Chams. How much more sa ating mga listeners na ngayon baka nag-multitask ngayon, nagsi-self-doubt habang nakikinig. I hope yung mga napag-usapan natin nila Miss Chams nakatulong on how they see their college and their future ahead of them. How about you, Mami Annie? Ano ang iyong mga natutunan naman na mababaon mo for lunch? Ay, check. Mababaon mo for life ahead.
Yes, ayan. Thank you, Papi Pads. No, I do agree with the things you've said na it's normal na we'll have those struggles talaga, and may mga bagay na akala natin smooth flowing lang, but there are things that will happen, but it is really up to us on how we will react to it, on how we will tawag dito, paano tayo tutugon sa mga bagay. But for me naman, dagdag ko lang din yung key takeaway ko sa sinabi ni Miss Chams na even though na nagpo-focus tayo sa mga bagay na gusto natin, sa mga objectives and goals natin in life, let us not also forget to take care of ourselves. Kasi, ayun nga, sinabi niya na, di ba, we've asked earlier, ano ba talagang skincare niya? Kasi she really looks young and her skin is really good. So, ayun, she told us na yung time of her in studying and maging hydrated always. And ayun din, it is really important. And of course, ano din, Papi Pads, na hindi lahat ng bagay is kailangan mo lang i-focus sa isa. Ay, nagulat nga ako kanina na Miss Chams also joined international. Meron siyang banda, di ba? Meron siyang banda.
She played bamboo instruments, no?
Oo. Nag-join sila sa, saan ba yung mga sinabi niyang bansa?
Taiwan, Singapore.
Yeah. Ayun, kaya nagulat ako na sabi ko na Miss Chams did really a great job and nag-enjoy talaga siya ng college niya, which is dapat ginagawa din natin na enjoy yung college, na don't put a lot of pressure on us. But at the same time, we must be disciplined if we really wanted something to achieve or to do or to be someone on the future. Kaya sinabi niya kanina na talagang nung nag-review siya in 6 months, na disiplinado talaga na dapat gantong oras nag-aaral siya. And of course, hindi lang puro hard work, hindi lang puro sipag, hindi lang puro talino ang kailangan. We also need to have something that we must believe in. And then yung nabanggit niya na we must also pray, and she always do a novena sa kay St. Jude. And then tuwing Thursday nagsisimba siya. Ayun, it is really important, no? Kasi para ma-feel mo and then para ma-strengthen yung loob mo na hindi ka nag-iisa. Meron ka laging kasama whenever you face the challenges, you face the hardship of the course you've chosen. And also, parang hindi ko ina-expect na someone Miss Chams having those certifications and licenses na medyo naging alanganin din pala siya ng college. Kaya, my view right now, Papi Pads din, kasi na-mention ko kanina na I am extended na 1 month, na it is really normal talaga. And what we can do is, what we will do about it. What is the anong itutugon natin sa bagay na yon? Are we going to give up or are we going to come back stronger? So, ayun, Puppy Pads, my key takeaway. And I know na marami din talagang nanote ang ating mga listeners and mas marami pa silang na mai-impart sa iba, marami pa silang maa-apply sa sarili nilang mga decisions din in life and how they see or how they perceive each things na kakaharapin.
Yes, I think ang dami nating na take out. Parang handaan.
Yes.
Yun nga, nabusog talaga tayo. Sobrang busog natin sa mga messages ni Miss Chams. Pero, unfortunately, Mami Annie, kailangan na muna nating bumaba ng bus. But, tatlong but. Huwag malulungkot dahil we still have one destination left para sa inyo.
Yes, that's right, Puppy Pads. Let's save all of that sa ating susunod na balitaktakan. So for now, mga kabwataans, we hope you had a great time and experience tuning with us from Season 1 up until the second episode of Season 2.
Sa ngayon, kabwataans, rest muna tayo dahil for sure, magbabalik muli ang ating boss kasama ang mga inaabangang new set of speakers na talaga namang magbibigay ng mixed emotions sa inyo.
Yes, at muli, kabwataans, see you on our next new bus stop, Balitaktakan.
Once again, I am Papa P, your TikTok kaldagero but never your kalsada kaskasero. Stay safe sa kalsada ha. From NFJPIA NCR, I believe in the saying that all we do is win, win, win no matter what.
Yes, and I am your Mommy Annie, not your Mommy Oni of the NFJPIA NCR. I'm very pretty at sexy na podcaster at naniniwala sa kasabihang, you only live once, so you must make it work. So we are now officially signing off. And goodbye to our listeners. See you on our next podcast.
Balitaktakan with the Accountants, Year 3.